Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to my monthly preview of what's happening in the next month in gaming. We're really entering some meaty seasons. There's a bunch of really good stuff coming out, and I kind of wanted to go over some of the ones that I care about. And I'm going to go through the entire list real quick, just a quick scroll. But I also have like 13 or 14 games that I'm really excited about that I want to talk about. Um, so yeah, I just want to go ahead and go into it because, click through rate's big and people click off of videos within 15 seconds. And I've already been talking 20 seconds. Oops. Anyways, so just scrolling through here real quick, you're gonna see a lot of different things. And like I said, this is just if you see something you want to look at in particular, go ahead and hit pause on the video and look it up in another window. This is releases.com. It was given to me by a friend in a Discord channel, and it basically looks like it covers most releases. I'm sure there's a bunch of like niche indie games that aren't appearing on here, but there's a lot of games coming out next month. There's Monster Rancher Hunt or Monster Rancher 2, and I think I saw Deep Rock Galactic sequel. So there's a little bit of something here for everybody. There's a new Alien game coming out, which I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about, but we're going to go ahead and get started with, of course, our top story, Hollow Knight Silksong. It's finally happening. The legend is dead. The meme is dead. I'm sure that after the credits, there will not be a teaser for a third game that won't come out for 7 years. But in case somehow you didn't know, Hollow Knight Silksong was supposed to be DLC, but now is a full-on sequel for the game Hollow Knight. It is a uh, Souls-like 2D side scroller with emphasis on combat and exploration. Captured and taken to a distant land, the lethal hunter Hornet finds herself alone in the vast, unfamiliar kingdom. She must battle foes, seek out allies, and solve mysteries as she ascends on a deadly pilgrimage to the kingdom's peak. Bound by her lineage and guided by echoes of her past, Hornet will adventure through mossy grottos, coral forests, and shining citadels to unravel a deadly thread that threatens the strange new land. And of course, there's a new set of moves and attacks and stuff you'll be able to do as Hornet compared to the Hollow Knight, the titular character. And yeah, overall, it's just going to be a good time for a lot of people. Personally, I did not um finish Hollow Knight. I really need to, but I probably won't get to. I don't remember why I got distracted. It was probably some main game I was excited about, like Persona 5 or something. I would have to go back and like compare release dates on stuff, but I didn't finish Hollow Knight, but I will be playing Silksong on the channel. It'll be right now I'm playing Trails of the Sky and Deep Sleep, and then when I finish those two, I'm going to be switching to Silksong and Chronos, which is a horror game. And I'm kind of going to try to keep this like RPG horror balance going forward, where I'm doing one of each because I love both genres, and deciding between the two is hard. But yeah, Hollow Knight Silksong is coming out on the 4th. As of the recording of this video, we have 5 days. So look forward to that, just like the rest of the world. And don't be a hater. If you thought Hollow Knight was mid, go mid yourself. We don't need to hear it. Let's keep it positive. People are really excited for this. Next up, we'll also lead into another playthrough I'll be doing, but we have the release on the 30th of Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which is the remaster/remake of Final Fantasy Tactics for the PS1, and it does have some aspects of the PSP remake in it, in terms of like the graphics and stuff, but overall, it is the PS1 version from what I understand. So, if you don't know what Final Fantasy Tactics is somehow, you follow the story of Ramza and Delita. They're kind of dual protagonists, and I won't get into anything more than that, but you only really play as Ramza. Um, and it starts out as a very pointed commentary on class warfare and that sort of thing, and then it kind of moves into more of an international continental political system, which eventually ends in a bit strong of a supernatural twist based in the world's history. There's kind of like a evil Jesus allegory there, But from what I also understand, they're actually redoing the ending a bit to tone down some of the supernatural aspects and make it more political, which I'm actually excited about because the supernatural stuff was fun. It definitely made for interesting combats and abilities and stuff. But overall, I do think most people enjoyed the political intrigue of Final Fantasy Tactics more than these supernatural portions. So yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics tells the story of a troubled man. Following the death of the king, a mere boy of 2 ascends to the throne. That means whoever is named regent essentially rules the land. 2 dukes vie for position: Goltana the Black Lion and Larg the White Lion. These powerful figures are destined to clash, and the resulting conflict would become known as the War of the Lions. Um, Something else to note is that this is not the only game in this world. Ivalice is, I believe, where Final Fantasy 14 takes place, as well as Vagrant Story for the PlayStation 1, and there was one yeah, duh, Final Fantasy 12. I think Final Fantasy 7 Tactics takes place in the distant future of Final Fantasy 12, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that because I'm kind of freestyling this and not doing any real research. I'm just really wanting to talk about the things I love rather than scripting anything. And I'm sipping my tea because I'm still getting over this damned cold. Nice hot peppermint tea with honey that my lovely wife made me. All right, then next up we have something a bit more different, I would say. We actually have a new Ninja Turtles game coming out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Splintered Fates. Um, some of those words weren't actually in the title. Whatever. It's almost, I want to say, based on what I've seen, it's almost a Diablo like. It's got that isometric spec. I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say. What is the word for a camera angle? I keep wanting to say spectrum. It's not spectrum. What is it? Oh god. Huh? Yes, view, but there's a word that starts with an S that we use in gaming, and I can't remember it. I'm yelling towards my wife. Isometric. Isometric is the correct word. Yes, absolutely. What is the camera view in Diablo called? I thought there was a word that started with an S. Why is my brain... Perspective! Jesus Christ! It starts with a P! I'm sorry, but you are going to be watching that entire meltdown I just had. It has an isometric perspective. And yeah, it's honestly, it looks fun as hell. And I am really excited to play it. Hopefully I can play it with friends. I'm really going to try to get the boys to play it with me. If I do, maybe we can record it and have some fun with it. But yeah, if it's online, I don't know what it is. But yeah, this game looks dope as hell. I am so excited about it. I am #not sponsored. Probably never will, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Raid Shadow Legends is doing a Ninja Turtles collab right now, and it was almost enough to get me to play. Like, that's how much I love the Turtles. Even though I haven't watched the Turtles since I was a kid, like, they still hold that place in my heart, you know? Especially playing turtle games with friends. It's so cool. Anyways, yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Splintered Fates. Next up, we have Silent Hill F, which again I am extremely excited about. I don't think I can play the video very much, but it is a Silent Hill game. It is supposed to be a more action oriented than most Silent Hill games. And I love, I love Resident Evil. Blah blah. I'm finally wearing a short sleeve so you can see it. I've talked about it a bunch. And by extension, I love Silent Hill. So I'm pretty hyped about this. Again, this will definitely go on the channel. I do not know how, because this month is so densely packed and a lot of these games are really long. The release date of Silent Hill F, let's see here, is the 25th. So it's at the end of the month. It's 5 days before Final Fantasy Tactics. So I may be intertwining those two playthroughs as my horror/RPG playthrough. We'll see, because Tales of the Sky is also coming out, and I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get through that. But anyways, moving on from Silent Hill F, which, I mean, I can't really give you a whole lot of info on it because they haven't given us any info on it. We've got some videos and screenshots. We see the characters. It takes place in, I want to say it's 1960s Japan. Do not start with me. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm really excited about it. Moving on from Silent Hill, we have another horror game, Cronos the New Dawn, coming September 5th. So this is in 6 days, coming out right after Silksong. Um, this is kind of I want to say it's like Dead Space, right? It's very much Dead Space coded. And there's really not much more to say about that. If you like horror games that are action heavy, if you like Dead Space, this is going to be one for you. If you somehow cannot afford it or do not want to play it because you are incapable of playing horror games, as I know a lot of people are, feel free to join me on the channel as we do a full playthrough via Let's Plays, as I do. It's going to be a lot of fun. And while I do play a lot of horror games, I also very much am susceptible to jump scares. So you will see me go full poopy pants. And it is what it is. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, and also there's this cool thing. Yeah, I was scrolling down here earlier. You can see in the past you will witness the world in the throe of the change, a cataclysmic event that forever alters humanity. But if you keep scrolling, the image changes. And the future, meanwhile, is ravaged by wasteland overrun with nightmarish abominations. It's gonna be so cool. There's a standard edition, there's a deluxe edition. I would recommend just getting the standard edition unless you're absolutely loaded with money, because usually the deluxe editions for these games are a waste of time if they don't come with physical items. I never recommend getting collector's editions for digital goods because it basically just makes the game a little easier. Well, wait a minute, 48-hour early access. Hang on, maybe I've got to get the special edition so I can stream it early. But I probably won't be done with Deep Sleep yet, so we'll see. Moving on, we have Hell Is Us. I did a little bit of research in the game because their gameplay trailer shows very little gameplay. So I found this channel, Luke Stevens Live, who's watching somebody else play the demo. But basically, it is it's a Bloodborne like. It's
I'm
very
not sure.
mobile, dodgy mechanics sort of thing. In much the same way that you get rewarded in Bloodborne for being aggressive. These as you attack enemies, these like triangle thingies pop out of the enemies or something, and you can choose to absorb them or let them stack up for more healing. But it's very dodgy oriented, one-handed weapon. I don't really know a whole lot about that. I probably will not play this, but it does look intriguing enough to where if you are a Soulsborne fan, you might want to consider picking it up. After that, we have not this. We have Moros Protocol, which is another horror game. It's kind of like a FPS style game. I pulled it up on Steam here. But you can see it's kind of like got, I don't want to say a retro style, but also, yeah, everything looks a little, actually, yeah, it's totally retro style. This looks like a modern day, like, almost like a modern day SNES Doom game, for lack of a better way to put it. You got damage numbers, so there's some RPG elements there. And you can see the boss fights are very big. This looks like fun. I'm not gonna lie. This reminds me a lot of Doom Eternal in terms of like what I'm seeing. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Probably a shorter experience. I wouldn't expect this game to go on more than 8 to 10 hours, if that long. But damn, does it look fun. So if you're looking for an FPS game with obviously platform and puzzle elements, if you're a fan of Doom, I would highly recommend grabbing this. I know I probably will. It comes out September 18th, Moros Protocol. So go wishlist it or whatever you want to do. After that, something a bit more niche. This is Aethermancer. This is a game that was made by the developers of a game that I really enjoyed that was called Monster Sanctuary, which is a monster collecting game. This is also a monster collecting game. It looks like it has some similar mechanics. But this one is looks like 3v3, which it was, but it has much better, more detailed graphics. It's much less pixeled, and it's actually a roguelike, or roguelite. You can see right here them showing you get to like pick abilities. If you wipe, you have to start over, but you get to carry some stuff over, I believe. This is going to be a great game. I don't think I will be making a Let's Play on it, but I will absolutely at some point be playing this game. I did stream Monster Sanctuary over on the RP Gamer channel years ago, and I really loved it. That was on Twitch though, so there's no record of it here or anywhere for that matter, unless they moved it over, which I don't think they did. But yeah, highly recommend looking into this game. If we go to Steam, I'm actually going to go ahead and wishlist it. But we can also hopefully look at the price. It comes out September 3rd. There's no price. There's a demo though. Oh, I have already wishlisted it. See, I am not joking. I am excited about this game. Can't wait to play it. The next one. The next one I had never heard of. But it looks incredible. It looks like a 90s anime. Maybe even 80s. It looks like an 80s anime. This game looks absolutely incredible. It is called Wonder Stars, and I just want you to look. I just want you to look. Look at the combat when it comes up. So this is a cutscene. Yep. Cutscene. Where's the? Okay, here's the actual combat. So the way it works, from what I was reading, is yeah, right here, Super Fire Kick. You pick a series of keywords, and then you do an attack based on those keywords. So here they picked Super Fire Kick, and that's going to cause them to do a Super Fire Kick. And these animations during combat are absolutely ridiculous. If nothing else, it's just going to be worth it to look at that. This is an indie game I am super hoping people support. Because my God, if you liked old Dragon Ball or Yu Yu Hakusho or Cowboy Bebop, even, like, this game is going to be freaking incredible just to look at. Like, look at these animations. What the hell, man? Okay, well, that camel's wearing a Speedo, but, you know, sometimes you have to have a camel wearing a Speedo, I guess. That looked like Tuxedo Mask. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So Wonder Stars, that's coming out. If you haven't heard of it, now you have. And I would say, yeah, let's make sure I also have that one wishlisted. Wonder Stars. It is wishlisted. Hell yeah, it is. Okay. And what do we have next? This one I've already mentioned a little bit. We have Trails in the Sky first chapter. I have been streaming the demo on the channel, and I will probably continue to stream it, not only because it's fun, because it's actually doing really well. The Trails fans are coming in force, so I'll probably be picking away at this franchise over the course of the next few years. But yeah, it's really fun. It's got a hybrid, like, action turn-based combat system, which is really super cool. I've found it pretty efficient to do combat in action mode wherever possible. And then, you know, for boss fights and for certain force encounters, you are forced to switch to turn-based mode. It also has Chrono Trigger like spells and attacks where you have to, like, line up your abilities, and they can go in a straight line or in a circle. And then you actually can move your character around a 3D space. You have a movement range. There's a little bit of that tactical element into it, so you can position yourself. Some attacks have backstab abilities. Some of them have side stab abilities. It's like a really nice combination of, like, Secret of Mana meets Chrono Trigger meets the one good thing about Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. So if you are into JRPGs and you've never played the Trail series, this is absolutely a phenomenal jumping off point, because this is what a remake should be. This isn't just like, oh, we added a few new items and re-released the game. This is like they remade this game. It used to be like a PS1 looking pixel game, and now look at it. I highly recommend jumping in to this. I mean, God, look at it. Wait, she uses a sword at some point? Hang on. Oh, and she might be a playable character. I was speculating on that during my... Okay, we have to stop. We have to stop. I'm getting spoilers. And then the last game that we have that I wanted to talk about directly was the Alien game. I don't know much about it. I think this is actually a direct sequel to Isolation. Oopsies. I do not plan on playing it because I wasn't a big fan of Alien Isolation, but I do like watching other people play it. But if something comes up and I do find, like, some downtime between games somehow, I might pick it up and give it a shot. We'll see. But it's definitely one I'm going to be watching other Let's Players play with gusto. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But for me, this isn't really the kind of game I enjoy playing. But yeah, so that is the lineup coming up for the month of September 2025. I hope there is plenty. There's something for everybody. There's like 10 somethings for everyone. I feel bad for people who play more than like two genres because I don't know how you could possibly keep up with all this. It just inevitably over time there are just going to be some games you do not get to play, and that is okay. That is just the way that that works. I'm curious about this Troublemaker 2. Looks like a Yakuza game, sort of. So, but yeah, all right. Well, if you enjoyed it, thanks for watching. I guess also thanks for watching if you didn't enjoy it. I can't imagine sitting through a 21-minute video that you weren't enjoying, but hey, you know what? Likes, comments, subscriptions, all that good stuff help us out a bunch. Let me know in the comments below what you are looking forward to. Give me like a top 5 because I want to see what people are playing because I love video games and I love watching other people love video games. And yeah, see you in the next one. Just dummies.